How do you, everyone? Welcome back to the Potty Mouth. Yes, from a wet northeast of England in the UK. It is dank, horrible wet. It's rained the full day today. What a just cold and horrible. But us gardeners like that. Bit of rain for the garden. How's everyone? Audrey, how are you? Are you well? Are you good?
Yeah, doing really good. Little
Yes.
chilly over here today.
Is it?
We're at
Right.
we're at 20 degrees, so I'm not sure what that means to you.
No, it's
I should
all
have looked that up, but
gobbledygook.
it's colder than you like, I'm quite sure.
Right. Are you into frost this week, Audrey, or not?
We're in
Oh,
frost till
we
March.
frost, are
Yeah.
we? Of course we've got frost.
Oh, yeah, no, we're done till March.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, well,
man.
Michigan,
Mm.
we chose to live here, so,
I don't know how you can. I would not don't know how you can. It would be a beautiful place, but it's just that once that frost's there, that's it. It's there or
Well, I would say that's a good, 25% of our country
mhm.
because we're in the upper middle, and anything north of me is colder.
So
So,
what zone are you, Audrey? What just out
technically, I'm a zone 6B,
right. Right. There we go. If anyone's
and I've
interested.
moved up. I think when I started gardening, we were like a 5, which was way colder.
Yeah.
So, I
Mhm.
think not
Mhm.
that there's anything happening with our climate. However, it seems to be warming a little bit, at least for these zones. So, yeah, so
Right.
I can grow more things longer. So that's, I guess,
Well,
okay, I'll take
that's
it.
all about you. Actually, when I
Yeah.
was thinking about it there, like you say, you've got, like I say, a permanent hard frost. We'll go out sometimes, Audrey, with the dogs, and it's been hard, and it's lovely to walk on the fields when it's hard
Mm.
frost.
Mm.
When it's wet, soggy mud, it's just you're slipping all over the place, and you know what I mean. It's just you come
Yeah.
in, your trousers are up to the eyes, with a nice crisp frost.
Oh, yeah,
Ideal.
we're crispy till
Hmm.
March
Hmm.
Mm.
at this point.
Yeah. So, well, lovely to have you on again,
Thank you.
Jane. How are you? You well? Good.
Fine, thank you.
Mhm. Oh, no, keeping she's not well, but she will bloody tell you in a minute as well.
I tell you what I find interesting about what you just said, Audrey. I think all of us are probably zone 8, and to me, I know you can have zone 8A and zone 8B, but if you said you were in zone 7, 6, or 5, I would not have known if that was hotter or colder. So what you've just said is, so as it goes lower down, it's colder, yeah?
Yes,
And it
yes,
goes higher up, oh, okay,
yes.
okay.
So you guys
Um,
are definitely warmer than we are.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think it at the minute.
no, no, no. I bet
Mm.
that thermometer, that water run round your radiators, Jane. What we got?
Well, we're
40.
on we're on 63 degrees something,
Oh,
64.
60. Look
64.
at that 16 point. That's
64.
bloody Baltic. Bloody
I'm
Baltic.
wearing a jumper. It's what you do.
Dan, are
Mm.
you well? Are you good?
Yeah, very well, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Have you
bottle
noticed, Dan?
rain.
Have you noticed, Dan? She's went and copied you and bought one the same. Hmm? Hmm?
Mine looks bigger, doesn't it?
Oh, let's not brag. Let's not brag.
How'd you get it so small looking?
I don't know, Danny. Yours is closer to the. That's what you do with all your vegetables. You
No,
just put them closer to the camera.
mine's about a foot from the camera.
No, mine's right next to my. It's almost nose touching. So yours might be nearer to the camera than mine.
So,
Maybe.
yes,
They
Jane
are
had
a
a
good
little
mic, though.
upgrade.
Mm,
I've never had a problem with this mic, so yeah, looks
mm.
nice and posh.
We shall
Right.
see.
Yeah. So Dan, anything been happening? You haven't been surely gardening in this kind of
Well,
weather?
not today, no, but I did actually garden in this rain a couple of days ago. We had a wood chip delivery, and it came as it was tipping down with rain. And I thought, do I? And I thought, I have to. I didn't even have boots on, nothing, wellies or nothing. I had my trainers on. I was only driving past. And then you think, oh, a couple of wheelbarrows, and then you end up doing a couple more. And then I was drenched through. And then Linda was doing it as well, another plot neighbour. And we were both doing it thinking, why are we doing this? But it's just,
Mm.
if you don't do it, it could all be gone the next time you go over, it's a bit like a skip day, Is
Gotta do it.
nobody's your friend
But
on
you know
skip
what? I
days,
was gonna
only
say,
as a
it'll be gone, Dan, and you'll have missed your chance, and number
yeah.
5, plot 5 is getting a lot. That's what
Honestly, I've got some close friends on our allotment, and I do not tell them when the bark has been delivered or the wood chip. I just keep stum, and then I'm over there at 7 o'clock in the morning. There's no
Danny,
friends with bark.
I think you are the one that gets there before everybody else. I
I
bet they're
do,
all
yeah.
setting their timers saying, we've got to get
Yeah.
there before that Danny gets.
I
It's
was
like
there
Black Friday with you in the sales. You're there with
I
your
was there
barrow.
at 7 a.m. the once, and
Yeah.
it was bitter cold, and I barked all my pass. I don't take it all so that nobody else got it, but I'm always the first there so that I get the fresh, nice, warm stuff, nice golden stuff. They can have all the other nonsense afterwards.
Oh.
But yeah. And you should see their faces when they come around the corner with their wheelbarrows at 9 o'clock, and I'm there raking out the
Oh,
last bit. They're all,
cruel.
he did it again.
Cruel.
But,
It's the last bits, you know what I mean, where the kind of the dregs of it, where the nice golden
Yeah.
colour, mostly like wood, not kind of
oh,
messed up.
the new plot holders have that because they haven't quite worked out yet that there's no friends when wood chip and skip days come. It's dog eat dog.
And
Dan,
you're happy to teach them.
turn your sound up just a little bit there. You're quiet for me, just a touch.
Mine?
Go on a little bit
Might
more.
because there you go. Is that better?
Yeah, that's lovely. That's
Yes.
lovely.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Audrey?
I was saying, and Danny's happy to teach them by example. You snooze, you lose.
Ah,
That,
oh, yeah.
And honestly, it's not even about being you never take it all because that'd be really mean. But you need to be on the mark when you get that wood chip delivery. There's no, I'll
Literally.
do it on the weekend. It won't be there on the weekend.
Yeah.
It'll be gone. And thank God I did because I went over 2 days later and there's none left. So I'm glad that
No. They've made sure that
prioritise
you're not
certain
getting any
tasks, but-
more. And when you say on your mark, do you mean on your marks? Literally, you are literally on your marks. Get set. Off he goes.
Yeah.
Who can fill up the bark the fastest?
I seen the wood chip delivery guy coming past once because it's quite a small town. And I thought, right, the first thing I'm going to do in the morning. And I seen a few friends talking in the group chat, and they thought I was stupid. They wrote on in there, "Oh, shall we go for a coffee a little bit earlier in the morning at the plot?" And they were like, "Yeah, we'll see you there at 8 o'clock." I was thinking, you think I'm stupid? I know exactly what you're doing. That's your little cues to tell them. So I set my alarm for 7 o'clock, and I done my plot before they came over.
So, Dan, does that mean do you get this delivery like once a year? Is it?
No, we're quite spoilt. We live in quite like a woodlandy sort of area. It's quite rural to extreme. There's a town, but a lot of them just cut the trees around our area, and they know to drop it where we need to, on our site. So we at the moment it's all like the conifer stuff, which I'm okay with. I'm not fussy about it, but I do like it. When they've cut down a nice, hazelnut or nice tree and it's all golden. I mean, that sets the allotment off. And it sounds really sad, but that really does make my day when you've wood chipped all those paths. But we get them, all through the year, really. Normally, I was going back on my videos to check when the last time it was, when I had it. And normally around about October, but because we've had all this rain, they've obviously held back on cutting all the trees back. But yeah, it does set the beds up because otherwise, after summer, you've got all that bark and it's just the same colour as the beds, really. So you do want that definition of it.
Are we? Because I've just laid a whole new path, like bark paths down. But this is after, like, say, Dan, I'm gonna say 3-4 years lifting it up. So are you lifting the whole lot up every time, or are you just putting a layer on the top?
Well, that was the plan to do that, to be honest. It was the plan to scrape it all up because now, really, underneath, it really is good stuff under there now. And it's been down there. Mine's been down for I'd say about 3 years. And, but I didn't do it because obviously it turned up with no, when I planned it, I was going to plan on scraping all the paths back because I really do need to now. So I've left certain areas that have got more traffic, and that will all be scraped up and put on top of the beds, and I'll add some bloodfish and bones or whatever. And it's good. I've actually found it better growing in it after about 3 years because you've still got like the big chunky bits and it holds the moisture, it's holding the water a bit more. So they're kind of like little water banks, really, that they just hold that moisture a bit better in the bed rather than just fresh compost. Just mix it all in and yeah.
Well, it's funny, it's
I
the
do.
first time where I've scraped it up and put it on the bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On the beds. So I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to. The only thing is, I'm hoping, you know, we always say like, oh, you put your top layers, whatever, over window and the worms bring it down. Mine's still high. And now that I'm digging, it might spill over again onto me
Yeah.
new paths, and then the weeds come on the paths again. You know what I mean? So I'm, you know,
I know.
because I am dig 100% there now. I'm totally converted back to that. So I'll just have to
Yeah.
be very careful digging.
I got some that are no dig, and they're normally the beds that I'll grow like maybe so much of the delicate sort of veg and stuff. But when I got things like sprouts and the brassicas and stuff, I'm still finding that the digging is better. It's just my process really that I just always seem to have, and I think sometimes if you don't dig it, and I'm not saying that it should be all dig because I know Audrey does no dig as well, and there is some benefits to it, there really is. But I think sometimes with no dig, it's kind of like putting a plaster on sometimes, and you think you don't really know what's going on under that soil. Sometimes it could be too late, can't it? You know, when you dig, sometimes when they say, "Oh yeah, you can do no dig with bindweed," it's like that. You can't do no dig with bindweed. You can't. I don't know who these people are that are telling you, "Oh yeah, just keep putting carbon on and keep picking at it and it'll weaken it all." I've tried weakening it, and
Oh, I know.
you know, and then their cousins turn up then as well, you know, and everything else. So I think sometimes you need to dig before you know dig. That's my method on some things.
Yeah, like to be honest, I quite like it. You know, when you just say put a plaster on, Dan, look at this, look at that
Oh,
bad boy there,
Oh dear.
man. That's the worst. I cut myself yesterday. Spring onions, chopping, trying to be like a
Oh,
chef.
chopping them.
You know what I mean? And it just went.
I was going to say
Oh.
that's a rough
With
hitchhiking.
a spring onion. Yeah.
Hey, honestly, that's like the deepest, bloodiest thing I've seen there
Yeah.
for a while. I was like, oh, Melanie, I feel dizzy.
The worst
Whereabouts
I
is it
ever
on
did
your
was I
thumb?
had.
Oh, sorry, Dan.
Oh, sorry, Jane.
Just right,
No.
right across on the. But it's
On
all
the
that
pan.
big.
Ah.
The
Wow.
worst I ever had was a patient in the community bought a brand new box of knives, and you'd think they'd be in the knife covers, and I put my hand in the box to get them out, and I put my hand right through the middle of all the knives and pull
Whoa,
them
whoa,
back
whoa,
out.
whoa.
Yeah, I end up going to hospital. How embarrassing is that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Went to go see a patient. I ended up in hospital.
The worst one I've seen in our house was Mike was, and apparently never do this. If you've got a glass in some warm water, I know, Danny, you'll be getting Alexa to do your washing for you, but if you are washing a glass and you put your dishcloth or whatever inside the
Yeah.
glass to give it a good scrub, well, apparently just don't, because Mike did it and the glass broke and went right through the webbing bit there, and it bled, and it was just, it took ages to heal because it literally had to have it like
Yeah.
that because that is used so much. But not nice.
Yeah. The worst place to have it on your hands. They're so sensitive, aren't they? So
Oh, no.
It's
Well,
funny,
it's a-
Jane. Kevin did exactly the same thing
Oh,
when we
horrible.
were engaged, and he was living in our apartment, and I went to see him, and it looked like a crime scene
Yeah.
because you could see where he threw his hand up over his head, so there was a blood streak all over the
Oh.
ceiling. Yeah,
There's
that
people
was
watching this
nasty.
now, right? Are passing out in their living rooms
I
because we're
know,
talking so much
Bless
about.
you.
Have we? I mean,
Ah.
it's a horrible kind of thing. You know, have you had any accidents, Jane? Have you had an accident in the garden or not? Or
In the garden, not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. And I say not yet because it's bound to happen because I am always leaving things like the rake just against a wall. Instead of putting it away, I'm always being told off by the neighbours. Just all you need to do is just stand on the tines at the end and like that, or take my eye out on a bamboo cane. I'm quite, that will probably happen at some point, but not yet.
oh, well, that's good. Good news, yes.
But
Dan,
not
Dan, you sound
sorry.
like you have.
Well, mine was horrific. Like it was really bad. I was helping again. It's always when I'm in the community with these patients. I decided to be on like a community placement day with this, this patient and his family, and they were doing this activity of taking a shed down, and the patient removed the ladder, so I had to jump off the shed. roof because I was taking the roof down. Why would you be doing that in your job? I know. I look back now and think why, but you just get involved in these things. And I jumped off the roof and I landed on a piece of wood with a 6-inch nail in it. It went right through my foot. Oh, it was the worst. And I helped a friend with a greenhouse once before, and the greenhouse pane slipped and chopped his thumb off. The top of his thumb there, sewn back on. So yeah.
Well,
Wow.
it's a can of worms.
Wow, this is exciting.
This is like the most brutal gardening ever. This is tonight.
Actually, there's Tammy Joe's just mentioned there. Hi, Jane. My sister visited the garden, my garden to help. 2 minutes in and she had a nail through her foot as well.
That's not nice, Tammy Joe. Do you not like your sister? That's, you know, you should have let her do a bit of work first.
You're sticking it through her too.
Yeah, you stay there.
Audrey, you haven't, have you? You're a sensible, safety first gardener, I would have thought.
Kind of am. So no, I have not.
Kind of am.
I have not had any of these fabulous stories happen to me. Even back when it would have been easier for those things to happen to me, they never did.
Well, that's good.
So, but
Jane,
I was a
I
little
tell you-
more precious.
A precious gardener. That could be a good channel name, Precious Gardening.
Yeah.
No, but I was always a little more. I loved my little, seedlings, so I was always a little precious when they went in. So I think I was a little slower. Sometimes I watch Tony, and I'm like, dude, give it this is like what you've been waiting for.
Get the slide,
Yeah.
put the proper shoes on and take the sliders off.
Oh, I know. I'm the same with when I put them on and I go to the plot. Jane, I actually found a flaw with the Pronabo yesterday.
You did a what?
I found an error with the Pronabo shears.
No,
So
go on.
I went to the plot, and the plot holder was cutting some of the boundary hedges, and straight away I said, "Got just the tool for that with an extension pole." So I connected the extension pole for it, and I didn't know that even though there's a trigger at the bottom of the extension pole, even though that's connected, he then held the top of it, and he pulled the trigger in, and the Pronabo on the top of the trigger still works as well, and it nearly took his finger off.
Oh,
Because
nasty.
he
Honestly,
said, I just presumed that if with that long extension pole and the trigger at the bottom, it would override. It would be like a dead. And I said, and I didn't think, I'd never thought of that either. And he closed it, and he moved his. He nearly took a finger off.
I think there's a switch on the pole somewhere. I think there is where you can.
Is there
one or the other? I might be making it up. I don't know, but if there isn't, there should be. But
there should be. Yeah,
Dan, you imagine if that happened, what you would feel like. Do you know what I mean? I mean, just horrific.
Let me tell you now, I'd be there with my camera. It'd be a great.
Great footage, great thumbnails.
Smiling.
Stay there a minute.
I remember when obviously we had like the plot breaking, and that's obviously terrible. But in my back of me, I was thinking it's going to be a cracking video, though.
Oh,
it's going to be a cracking video.
Never want to lose.
You've got to look at the positive side. It was terrible it happened, but I thought, I know what I'm going to film this week. On to your Jane. This is your cue.
This is Jane's cue. Yes. Jane, what's happening here, man? Look at
honestly,
Clipped
yeah.
right off. Clipped right
I
off. Nice little padlock as well.
It's always been a rubbish padlock, but yeah. When you just see something. I was literally, Mike was behind me. I was walking towards the allotment. I wasn't going to have a video out this week or anything, so this looks really bad on me. I just saw that and said to Mike, back you go. I said, you go up to your plot. I said, go and check your gate's okay. Because the gate was open. And as I looked through the gate, I didn't want to go through before I put the camera on. How bad is that? I should have gone through and checked everything and then said, hey, look what I found. But I didn't. And yeah, someone's got in. They've clipped the lock. First, I literally had the camera with me, so it was a walkthrough as I was seeing things. Didn't think anything had been taken.
So where's that lock from, Jane? Sorry,
that's the shed gate. So that's the gate going into the allotment, into my allotment.
Right.
And then the garden gate, the shed door we don't bother locking anymore, but I've got like a metal hook that just
Mhm.
goes through.
That was gone.
And it was, and so that was open. So before I went in the shed, I had a little look around the bottom end of the plot. Everything seemed okay. So it was obvious they just got in and just wanted to go in the shed. But the shed was in a bit of a mess. And you're thinking, did I leave it like this? It's possible. It's possible I've
They've
left it in a
tidied
rush.
up. They've tidied up.
But I didn't notice anything was missing. And it was only when I got home and was editing the footage, which wasn't much. It was pretty much one take. That I realised that I was saying on the footage there was something there. I just can't remember what was there. And I got home and I thought it was my mini chainsaw, which was in. You'd imagine it's in the nice little carry box
Mhm.
with the spare. But
Yeah.
when you get something new and you keep it nice for a little while and you put it back in the box, they're all in the right bits. So you got your battery and your spare chains, and it was all like that. So whoever's been in has just opportunist, just seen something quick, picked it up and gone. But
I was more shocked though that they lifted up the Pronabos, which are worth 150 quid, and placed them on the side to get to this chainsaw, which probably cost about 30, 40 quid.
you
If
know
you
what
bought
though?
one.
I think because that was what I was so thrilled to see, because that was the first thing I thought was,
Oh,
I stupidly left the
gutted.
Pronabo there. And the Pronabo case was on top of it, because I hadn't put the Pronabo back in the case like I had done with the chainsaw, and it had the battery on the bottom. I think they've maybe tried to put it back in the case or something,
Mm.
and it's not fitted. So they've picked up the next best thing, so that they're not going to take their time in there. They're just going to pick up something. All right, okay, I'll take that,
Mhm.
and they won't have necessarily thought about the value. But I think there's a few other little bits and pieces gone missing, which, to be honest, if I can't remember them, and I'm not too bothered about, but it's a horrible, horrible feeling,
Yeah.
because someone that's my little safe place.
Space.
Jane,
Yes.
the thought crosses me mind
Mm.
that why would you be leaving expensive gear like that in a hut?
Complete complacency. It is. I was trying to think of the word on the video, and I said, I suppose we're being a bit lazy, because we've been there now, must be 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
There have been break-ins. There've been a couple of break-ins recently higher up on the plots. And I've always said, I'm all right, because I'm right at the bottom on my own. No one is going to, it's a one-way lane. It's quite long.
Mhm.
And I've always said, no one's going to come all the way down. There's all these others on the way. Why would they come to mine? But they have done.
Mhm.
They have done. And so,
They've
yes.
just worked their way down, Jane.
Well, but they hadn't, as far as I'm aware, yesterday, they hadn't been anywhere else. But we don't know if it's the same person coming back and just taking the odd thing here and there.
It's
But-
usually for those like powered tools, though, in there that you can just quickly
Yeah.
sell at the pub for a couple of quid or whatever at Christmas.
Quick turnover,
But-
isn't it? It's quick
But
turnover.
normally at like winter time, you just, I get in the
You
habit
take them
now
round.
thinking, right, put it all in a bucket, take it
I
home, because you don't need nothing really there. What do you need really there? Hoe and they don't
Well-
want those anyway. They don't want to steal your hose and things like that.
Well, you should have seen us yesterday, because we'd gone up in my little Beetle with Rocky. So it's already
Aw.
a bit of a squeeze, because he has the whole back seat. The boot, nobody goes in my boot. It's full of old pans and I think a pair of wellies and a few bottles to go at the bottom. You know what I mean? You just don't use the boot. It's fine. So Mike was... we decided Mike would drive because he was bigger, so he'd have the whole seat. Rocky's on the back seat with the eggs. And I was wedged in the passenger seat with a hedge trimmer, his chainsaw, the Pronabo and the case and all that came with that, any other little bits of electrical pieces. And I was just saying, just don't go over any potholes. Don't go over any potholes.
Yeah.
And at the other end, when we got home, he literally had to peel tools off me to, to
Oh, so you were
release
even
me
leaving
from the
like
car.
chainsaws, hedge cutters, and everything up there.
Well, this is, and I'm saying this now, and I'm saying it out loud, if you're watching and you're thinking of robbing Mike's plot, you needn't bother, because he's moved everything. But up until yesterday, he'd left his hedge trimmer and his chainsaw just in the polytunnel. I mean, it's
Yeah.
stupid, just absolutely stupid. But
But you
It's
just
something
think that it's your
not
space,
thought
don't you?
of.
And And you always seem to think, though, I'm going to use that tomorrow, so I'll leave it there, you know?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
like a little drill and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? But I just take it all home now. And
Yeah, it's a lesson learned, and sadly, we haven't
I
learned. We were very
I
lucky
get
not it
quite
was damaged, you know.
yeah.
But
I don't
it's
know about you lot, but I get quite a few comments. Well, obviously because where I live and it's quite nice and there's loads of mountains around me and there's nice view and stuff. And I know that 99.9% of them always innocently just saying like, you know, where are you? What is that? You know, what is that mountain? Whatnot. But I get so guarded about it because I think, especially this time of year, is that person asking to find out where I am, you know? And I'd always feel responsible because I am publicly showing my allotment site.
Mm,
We are
mm,
actually advertising sometimes. Look what I got in here. Look what I've got, you know? And
yeah. But I think the
it could
thing is,
devastate other people as well. So you've got to be quite careful, really,
you
when you're
you
YouTubing
don't
of
want to
other people
have
as
to
well.
feel like that, do you? You don't want to have
No,
to
but
think,
you
but I
do
do
have to
now.
because that 0.1% could be asking you on your comments saying, love your channel, where are you to? And then you say where they
Yeah,
are,
it's
and then they
just
come
not
and
worth it, is it?
they rinse the allotment, you know, and
No.
it's,
So, I've had
yeah.
what's been really positive. I've had such lovely comments, which honestly, it was so lovely. And quite a few people have made suggestions as to what I need to do, what I should be doing now. I always remember you used to be able to get a pen, and it was ultraviolet, I think, and you used
Oh,
to
yeah,
write your
yeah.
postcode and your last name or something on any item. So if it did get passed on, or it was picked up by the police, they could shine a UV light, whatever, and see who it belonged to. But someone else was was saying you can use air tags, which I
Mhm.
think whoever was taking anything would notice. But the other things we're thinking about are getting some sort of security camera, but it would have to be someone. Mike was saying we should put the trail cam up, but the thing with the trail cam
Well, they
is
stole mine.
it's so
Yeah.
but it's so battery heavy. You couldn't keep it up 24 hours a day, and you know what I mean? It
You
cost an
could have, Jane
absolute
Kelly, if you
fortune.
listened to me when I told you to buy the solar powered one.
Well, this is it. I should have got a solar powered one. I was just expecting the odd little fox.
See, the
No,
only
no.
thing I'm just gonna again devil's advocate. I've got one of those cameras. You know, I pay
Mm,
like £5 a month, I think, for the
Yeah.
feed down, and I can kind of Link. It's great, but it
mm.
ain't gonna stop. You know what I
No.
mean?
They just
No.
So,
smash it down and they carry on anyway.
yeah, so you get it. So I would, you know what I mean? Yeah, you could maybe hand that to the police, maybe, you know, because I've got
Um,
all the house linked, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
within 3 weeks of actually putting it all up, I got a letter off the police saying there's been a big BMW stolen. Have you got footage? And I didn't, as it happens, but the BMW is gone. Do you know what I mean? I know it's
Still
a
gone,
bit,
yeah. All
it's
you've got
Yeah.
really is them watching them do it to you,
yeah,
really.
yeah, which is even
Yeah.
more kind of, you know, for me, I do what you do, mind you, Jane. I don't lock me hut,
Mm.
and there's nothing in there, and it's you know what I mean? And there's a
Yeah.
few times I've turned up, and the door's open. I'm thinking, well, I know I kind of put a brick against it.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm.
So,
Sometimes people do have a little nosy as well, don't they? Plot holders as well, you know.
uh-huh.
Going back to those pens though, they are UV, but you can actually contact. I don't know about your police station, but we have like once a year they come and visit our site. They've got like a liaison sort of officer for the community. And those pens actually aren't just UV. I thought they were just you wrote on there like your address or whatever, or
Yeah.
your postcode or whatever. But they're actually not now. They are UV still, but they're actually DNA coded now. So you can go to your police station and ask them, and you can fill out a form, and they'll give you one, and you register that pen to your address. So because if you write your postcode, they're going to know where you live then as well, isn't they? Or if you write your name or
Mhm.
whatever. But you actually just put a little mark on them somewhere, and it's not seen. But if the police ever find them, then they obviously scan them, and then they actually can scan this DNA that's on them that can't be marked off, and the address comes up a bit like a microchip for a dog. So you can go to your
Yeah.
police station and ask them for one of these DNA pens,
I don't think we've
and
even
it
got
was
a police
free. It was
station.
free to have.
I
But again,
really
they've
would
still
not know where
stolen
to
it.
go.
Chances are. But I think, like, say, like, you know, the cash converters and all those type of things, they are supposed to legally check them as well
Mm,
to see whether or
mm,
not they have got any marks on them before they.
yeah.
So yeah,
It's just we've
It's the
just got to put
it's
it
the
down to a
Wild
letter.
West in
It
allotments,
the
isn't it?
Wild West
is.
of
That's
allotments. Yeah,
Wales. That's Wales for you. There we
Uh-huh.
go.
Mhm.
No.
yeah.
But it's, there was no damage, and I don't think they've gone much further up, because I was worried about the chickens. I was thinking if they've just wandered through opening gates, having a look in, if the chickens been left out. But
Well, there's a new craze going around, mind you, Jane. Kick a chicken for
No.
Christmas. Oh,
No.
it's brutal. Kick a chicken.
No, what's that?
No.
Oh, you horrible thing. I don't know. I was believing you then.
Dan, there was there
standing.
the thumbnail, Dan.
Oh,
Kicking chickens. It's
There
a
we
new
go.
hobby. He was.
Don't start that craze off now.
Yeah,
that is the worry, though, isn't it? It's like M. Richards one just said in the chat now. He said that about the vandals. Sometimes they just break in just because they're kids and they just want to smash a few panes, and it's fun to them. But when you go there and you've got to sort it all out, you don't feel safe there as much. Then you think like, oh, what, am I here just for? Like you see some of the other allotmenteers and stuff on YouTube, and they like live in London, and it's nightmare. Like we're quite touch wood. We're quite fortunate, really, where I am. It's not really like a cool place to go to smash things up. But
No.
when it happens to you, you do feel a bit
Horrible.
like it's horrible. You get over it, and you become complacent again, But yeah, especially
No.
winter
it's not
time,
just
especially
it's not just the smashing up, Dan. It's like smashing up like the veg as well, trampling over
Yeah.
beds that are, that's the kind
Yeah.
of, you know what I mean? That's just like
Not
a
good.
sickening kind of.
Yeah.
And that's the only worry as well, is like when we were going through like, COVID-19 and people were like scarce at trying to get, they couldn't get certain things and they couldn't get, vegetables and chickens and things. That was a worry. When I had chickens back then, and I was thinking, should I take these home? Are they going to come up here and they're stolen? They've been eaten or whatever, or have they stolen your veg and stuff? I mean,
I think it'd be all
it's
right
more like
unless
you said, like if you've grown that cabbage for 3 months, that's a long time for you to be. I can't wait to try that now. And then if it's been stolen,
Never
it's annoying,
underestimate how low humanity can go. Just look at our,
Cheers! Merry Christmas!
the Sycamore Gap tree. I don't know, Audrey, if you know what we're talking about here on the Roman wall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just like, why do that? Do you know what I mean? Like, what?
That upset so many people, and there's a tree I've never seen in real life, but it did upset me because you think, why? Like, what did you ever get out of doing that? Just because, I mean, it was
a landmark tree up in the.
What film was it in? It was in Robin Hood?
Prince of Thieves.
But it was.
We've kind of walked through past it many a time. Do you know what I mean? I've kind of touched it. I've been there.
They have got all the saplings now. Is it about 80 odd saplings they've got now?
And they're all getting spread around,
which is good.
Which is lovely. Do you know what I mean?
But the tree, like you said, a bit like the stealing, Tony, it's still been chopped down. It still happened. A bit like if you film, it's, yeah. It is a worry. It is a worry when you have allotments because they are vulnerable. That's one perk of having your garden, I suppose, because you're there more. But sometimes when you shut that gate, and you've heard that there's break-ins all going happening around you, you think, am I shutting this gate and what is it going to be the same when you come back? But you can't really live like that. You have to just keep going on, and if it happens, it happens. You just have to keep battling through it, I suppose.
It proves though, Jane, like putting a padlock on doesn't work on your gates. You know what I mean?
And that's why we don't have one on the shed. Because we thought if they're going to get in, and they did, but they'd have still got through. If there'd been a padlock on the shed, they'd use whatever they'd use to get into the gate. Yeah. I don't know, but there we go. Lesson learned.
What a happy conversations we've had.
We've had blood. Kick a chicken. Lowest of the low. Yeah.
So, Audrey, nothing like this has happened over there, has it? On your plot, garden, home?
And if it had, that would be a whole different level of problem. So, I mean, it's my backyard, so that would be all different. But I agree.
Audrey, I'm not being a little bit personal, but is it a nice area where you know what I mean? Is it where you are?
Yeah, we live in a very nice area. Yeah.
Oh, she does. I've Google Earthed it once before. God, you should see it. Metropolis.
Posh is out.
You should see their community gardens that they got around near Audrey. There's one there. Honestly, it was like something out of Gardener's World. I was shocked. It looked absolutely beautiful. I
Oh
did
no,
my.
this is a nice area.
Oh
Mm.
yeah,
So
I'm
I'd
not
be.
shocked by that.
It's not like nothing ever happens here.
No.
I would just be surprised if they want. I would be more. I think it would be more of a break-in to the
Mhm.
house than a break-in to the garden.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if they're going to break in somewhere, they're going to try to get
Mhm.
something worth something, right?
Mm. Mm.
So yeah, that's a
So
whole.
you'd rather them break into the garden?
My garage, maybe. I'd rather they just stay the hell off my
Can you
land.
imagine them breaking the house and going, "No, take the sprouts"? You know.
You know what they could get? We don't wonder what the hell it is. They'll be
Yeah.
thinking,
Oh.
what we
Oh,
going
yeah.
to do with this?
Yeah,
It's
I
gotta
We're
think
gonna get
they
us in
would
the
have
car.
no idea.
Okay.
So that's my little baby right there.
So
Is that? Go on.
no, I was just going to say, just for like, is it up to my waist height, Audrey? Is it quite like a high? It looks
It
like,
is
it looks like
about.
the size of a washing machine, to be honest.
It's about 3 feet tall. I'm gonna
Right.
say maybe 2.5. No, maybe 3.
Oh, that's
And
quite
about 2
big.
feet wide. It's sitting up on my dining room table right now, which is not where it needs to be. But that's the only convenient spot at the moment.
Wow.
So, and there's the engine that you guys were all chit-chatting about.
That's like something off a
And this
speedboat.
is the freeze dryer portion.
Mm.
And it's got a LED touchscreen, which is what controls everything.
Wow.
Yeah, so I can do 5 trays at a time, which is it's perfect. It's like, I think this is called a medium.
Oh.
And we probably could have gotten away with a small, but in my head, I know we don't have 5 people living here anymore, but I still live like we do. So I always think, well, how are we going to feed the kids with only 4? Well, they don't
And
live
if you're
here
getting
anymore.
the small one, Audrey, you would have wanted the bigger one anyway. You know what I mean? It would have been that.
Well, and I didn't, and if you go up to the large, it needs to be on its own circuit and all of that.
Oh.
And I thought, I'm just going to go up as high as I can
Mm.
on the regular circuit. So,
Mm.
yeah, it's
To me,
lovely.
it looks so scientific, doesn't it? Like it looks really
Oh.
industrial. Like where could you put that and think, yeah, that blends in?
Yeah. No, it's not good. I think it's going to go in the grow room in my closet.
Okay.
So I'm going to finalize the measurements. It's got to
So
go somewhere.
See,
is that? Sorry.
go no, Jane, you're first.
Well, I'm just thinking. So all that is those racks are the bits that go in the middle.
Right.
Yeah. So all that around it is
Supporting cast.
wow. So
Yeah.
actually, the racks themselves, how big are they? Are they like 12 inches wide?
I think they're about I'd say maybe 10 inches by
Okay.
about 18.
Okay.
So they're
Okay.
long and thin. But I can get a whole lot of stuff jammed on them.
Yeah, I bet you can. I bet you can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I
so
never.
there's this really pretty clear acrylic door.
Mm.
I think the next picture Tony shows the
Oh.
door open.
Let's have a look. No, did I get that one up though? That's the only thing.
Oh, that's the one. I
Oh, okay.
see. So they
Yeah,
are deep
so,
then. There's a good.
The heat comes from the top
Mm-hmm.
when it's time to heat it up, and the cold, I think, is on the bottom.
Okay.
So it's quite a little, it's a nice little setup, and that's a,
Audrey,
is
don't mind
that?
me asking, but was that quite expensive for that?
Yes.
I
It was a
think so.
wild buy on a sleepless night, wasn't it, Audrey? There it was.
It kind of was, actually. We'd been talking about it for several years, and it was on sale, and Costco just started selling them. So I thought, okay, if Costco's on board,
Mm.
I'm feeling a little less like it doesn't work out, I know they'll take it back. So that's why I went for it.
And what about running it? Does it cost a lot?
I've not noticed one bit on our
Oh,
electric bill. Not one.
look at that. Like, we didn't know that was your second name, Audrey.
I know.
Or
Good
do you-
Lord.
I don't think you wrote that in there, Audrey. I think your husband did.
Mm.
Oh, Kevin did. He wanted it to be
Yeah.
my
That's such a
badass
Kevin thing.
freeze dryer. And then
It's
he
such a
ran out of
Kevin thing to do,
letters. He
that is.
couldn't. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't have put that up there. But that's all just touch screen,
Yeah.
that little things. And they give you like every step. And then there is a drain that comes out the back that you just have in a bucket. And once it's time to open the freezer, you crank that open and it makes a large noise of whatever water is in there.
Mm.
And then you're done.
Wow.
And
Wow.
what's the pump for then, Audrey? This green thing at the side again?
That's the thing that I think causes the freezing. And then kicks over and starts up. I think that runs the power for the program to do its thing.
Mm.
Because there's
Imagine a
oil.
poor little mouse just climbing in there thinking, "Oh, I'll sleep in here." And then you turn that
Oh,
on.
sweet.
Oh,
Oh.
well, I would say bad choice, dude. Sorry. Sorry, but I know if there's one of you, there's 100, so I'm
Oh.
not sure they're gonna miss you.
So freeze dried then, Audrey, when you say freeze dried, because if anyone's watching it comes out like, like a pot noodle, that kind of veg consistency. So does it go through a heat first, then freeze it? Because you said there's like a heat
No, it
and a...
freezes it first,
Right.
and then and don't judge me on this, I think it then wants to sublimate the water, so it wants to turn it right into a vapor. So then it
Okay.
super warms it, and that
Mm.
gets all the water out of it. So it's a very interesting little
Process.
contraption,
Mhm.
because a lot of times when you open it, when it's time to unload it, you'll notice the trays are a little bit warm, but around the bin on the like the circle that the trays are in, frozen solid.
Wow.
So it's very interesting.
And
Mm.
how long does a cycle take from start to finish?
Yeah, it depends what you're freeze drying.
Right.
The more water that is in it, the longer it takes.
So if you fill that up with tomatoes
I'd squeeze a lot of the liquid out.
first, right?
Yeah. And then I'd put those in.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Are we talking like an hour or 24 hours or?
Oh, no, that would be more like 18 or 24.
Oh, right. So you just
Yeah.
keep it pumping away.
And it also depends how thick you slice them.
Mhm.
There's a lot of ways to kind of beat the game, so to speak, but drier is better. And you can pre-freeze the trays before
Oh.
they go in there, so that it makes it a little easier on that machine. Problem is, I don't have enough freezer space to have 5 of those
Mhm.
at this time being frozen
Mm.
in my freezers.
It's like
So
gardening on another level, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know?
it preserves herbs like they're fresh.
Mm.
It's great for like onions and anything that you want to pop into cooking, because it'll just rehydrate
Mm.
right in what you're making. So, and I even did some of the onions the other day, and I rehydrated them because they needed to be sautéed before. So I wasn't just adding it to a soup I was making. I needed to sauté them. So I just rehydrated them
Mm.
and used them, and it worked great.
Wow.
Mm.
So,
Well, here's the final one then, Audrey. Money well spent or...
I would say
Mm.
Not straightforward.
No, it was definitely an investment. I would say yes. Now, had
Oh.
my family been younger, I think it would have made a whole lot more sense.
Mhm.
But, I send off yogurt dots to the grandkids and they love them.
Mm.
So,
Mine,
and everybody freeze dries candy now. I'm not a big
So
proponent of candy, so I don't want to just load up my grandkids with that stuff. So they get
there's
yogurt
one year
drops.
online similar to yours, and it's like over £1,000 odd.
It's what?
It's over £1,000.
oh,
The
it's
Oh no, this one was $3,000.
I
Dollars,
mean, you
though.
could go and buy. You could buy your food fresh from the.
Danny.
That's an investment, Audrey. But if you enjoy it, why not? You sometimes you haven't got to
on the
put
flip
the
side,
cost
though,
into it.
Dan. On the flip side, she's a very. I've found out Audrey's a very frugal woman. She's got a 7-year-old iPhone that has just hit a wall. So
She can't afford it, Tony.
I
She's
know.
running out freeze drying.
Oh, that's come very quick.
Is that
No,
new?
this is my current one.
All right,
Oh.
right. Oh, but
See, there's nothing wrong with it. It works perfectly.
Maybe
There you
then
go,
if you just
Audrey.
update the software, Audrey, you might be able to get.
Audrey, what is it, a 13? Do you know what it is? Is it an
It's a
iPhone?
10. Oh.
Oh, yeah. Because I updated mine to the 26. Mine was was a 13. Is a 13.
Oh no, you mean your iOS?
Loaded. Yeah.
I thought, well, see now,
I remember
26,
the iPhone 1.
26
I didn't know
is
we're up
not
to 26
available
now.
here yet.
It
Is it
is.
not?
It is.
No, they said no.
Oh,
It's still
okay.
in beta.
No, 26.0. Well, 26.0 is still there. If you just have a look, it's
Okay, I'll look again because
and
It
Dan,
takes-
don't you worry, it's coming. Oh, that's all I can say for now. I'm working on it as we speak.
well,
I knew you wouldn't leave me out.
I do have
Tony.
an appointment tomorrow at the phone store.
Oh,
There you go.
It's different when it kind of starts aging out.
mm-hmm.
It works beautifully.
Mm.
And I love my little carrier. I'm like, oh, can I get that again? But anyway, I'm getting the 17
Ooh.
because I
choice.
figure, but I have to get the Pro
All
because
right, you
17 doesn't come in Max,
Yeah.
just the Pro does. And I like a little bit larger phone.
What color are you getting, Audrey?
Orange.
Good lad. Yes.
I'm getting the
Favorite
orange.
colour.
I thought, let's do it.
You know what it is, Audrey, as well? It's like, it's a love. The camera's unreal for taking,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? For like taking photo. It's just
Mm.
unreal. To be
Yeah.
honest. So,
And that's half of it, isn't it?
Oh,
it's-
Tony, I've just remembered. We need to tell them
Oh,
about
God.
next week.
Dan.
And also tip of the week. We got 10 minutes. I feel like but we
Yeah.
got to tell them about next week, right? I just remembered. It just came up
what,
on my phone as a
um,
reminder.
Look at the time. I honestly
I know.
thought,
Half an hour. That was about Jane Kelly.
and I haven't. But wait, before next week we're not here. I'm on a little happy holiday for a little while
Me
there,
too.
or a few days. You know what I mean? Going to
Uh-huh.
where we're going to Krakow for a
Oh,
few,
Lovely, Tony.
days.
Wow.
Going to see, going to
Cheap as
see.
chips, Tony. Cheap as chips.
I know that everyone's, but we're going on one of the days is to Auschwitz, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
How-
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean?
Wear a
How
thick
that'll-
coat. Are you going to the salt mines?
No,
I'm
no.
going to say don't wear a thick coat. It's boiling down there, but take a thick coat and some gloves for house where it's just freezing.
So yeah.
I've not been to I've not been to Krakow, but my daughter went to Auschwitz and it was a life changer.
Yeah, I did
That
enjoy it.
I
Just
can only
you know what I
imagine.
mean?
incredible.
Not so much I enjoyed it, but it was.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
just,
everyone should see it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We went last year to Amsterdam, and we seen Anne Frank's house.
Mhm.
And we went and you crawl around the hidden bits and stuff like that, and it was just fascinating
Mm.
to she was so close to kind of getting away. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
unreal. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
so next week I'm doing a bit of cultural thing, and I think Dan, you're doing a bit of a cultural trip
I
as
am,
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Out for a trip and bit of ice skating, with a couple of eggnogs. Yeah.
So yeah, we're not here next
No.
week. So, and then I'm thinking we'll be back normally the week after, but I don't always forget. And thank you, Dan, for that.
That's all right.
So yes,
Tip of the week.
tip of the week now. Yes, just nudge Tony. Tip of the week. So I'm going to go straight to Audrey. Audrey,
Yay.
Yes.
tip of the week, please.
Okay, this is what I'm going to do this year, starting probably in January. I'm going to, when I start,
Stop
excuse me.
drinking.
Yeah, my water is a little too straight. Wow. When I'm starting things that I consider more staples in the garden, I'm going to pick my best date to start them. And then I'm going to go 2 weeks ahead of that, start some
Oh.
then, start some in the middle, and start some 2 weeks out.
Oh,
Because I just find our weather right now very hard to predict.
Oh.
And, sometimes like a 4-week shift for onions makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that with a lot of like my staple things that I really want to make sure I get. Yeah.
I think that's a cracking idea. Because honestly, Audrey, I've had like a good year for the last maybe say 2 years, but I think I'm just floating on thin ice. You know what I mean? It's just
You're
pure
due a
luck and
bad one.
timing. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So
Yeah.
to regimentally say, right, we'll get it at the front, we'll get it at the back, and we'll put it in the middle where I know it should be good.
Right.
You're
And
covering.
then I figure if all of those don't work, farmer's market, here I come.
Yeah, come.
So
The car knows how to get there by itself. It'll drive there by itself.
It really good. So yeah, I thought that's a way I'm going to try to hedge this weather thing that seems to be occurring. Because like something like onions, you throw the ones in that weren't perfectly right, but they become spring onions.
Mhm.
I mean, I think it's a doable thing. And the brassicas that don't need to be used, they're going to be microgreens. I mean, I don't think there's a downside.
Yeah.
Except more seed. I'll need to plant more seed.
Mhm.
That's the only downside, which isn't really a downside because I love seeds.
Thank you, Audrey. That's fantastic. Jane.
Right. Rats.
Here we go.
Rats. We had a neighbour who had some rats at the top end of his allotment, and he tried absolutely everything. He's a vegetarian. He's a huge animal lover. I know he spent yesterday morning in a field down the road trying to get a sheep that had got stranded. He's that sort of man, so he did not want to harm his rats. We saw him yesterday, just after the break-in, and he said, well, the good news is I haven't got rats anymore. And we said, no, they've all come to stay at ours. That's why they've shifted along the plot, and they are now in our nightmare shed at the top. And whereas I also love animals, and I think rats, I think they're sentient beings. They're very, very bright creatures. I don't want them in my shed. So my friend said the only thing that has worked for him, and as I say, tried everything humane, is putting cat litter down. So he has been asking his daughter for any cat litter that they have.
You mean
they have
used cat litter?
No. Yes, Danny. Yes. Used cat. Thank you. Used cat litter. The daughter removes the less savoury lumps, shall we say. But the cat litter itself has got the scent of the cat. He has put it all round where the rats were coming in, round the holes, round the fence, everything, and they seem to have gone. So we have now got to find someone who's got cats and just casually ask,
Can I have your litter?
can we please
Can we have
reuse
your
your
cat shit?
Would you mind? Would you mind?
It also
Very
works for
kind.
ferrets. If people have got ferrets in your area as well, because ferrets are obviously a predator.
Well, you do
Um,
hear about people using lion poo and that sort of stuff, but I mean, obviously, that's a little bit more difficult to get
That's a
hold
bit
of.
hard to get, in South Wales.
But I'd be interested to know in the chat if anybody has tried that, or if they've tried anything else that works, that's humane, because we're not going to trap them. We'll end up chatting to them and giving them
Well, we
names.
do have a cat, and I would be happy to share his poo with you. But
Maybe a little
I'm
bit
not
too
sure that's going to make it across the
far.
borders. I don't know.
Can you imagine?
Well, don't get that mixed up as well with my postage, Audrey. You know what I mean? Because when you send seeds, I put my hand straight. I put my
You'll
hand
be like,
straight
"What
in.
is this?" When they ask you at the post office what's in that package, oh yes, that might be. So yes, that's my tip.
Okay.
That's good, right? I never heard that one, but
Mhm.
Dan, sir.
Yes. My tip this week is it's a good time now to start cleaning your tools. And I've had a few people commenting recently saying like, oh, I'm not sure how to clean my tools, whatnot. But sometimes the most simplest things that you've got in the house is good for your tools. So I've recently learned that just putting your tools in like white vinegar will remove some of the sap and actually erode the rust. And then just using normal olive oil over the top of them, and then they're good to go. They won't rust in your shed and over winter. So yeah,
Bicarbonate of
vinegar
soda
and
in your
olive oil.
vinegar as well. But bicarbonate
What's
of soda
that?
and bicarbonate of soda. Put that in your vinegar and it'll fizz.
Yeah.
And you just leave it, and
I
it's
use
really
like
rewarding to see all the stuff coming off.
Yeah, clean your
I did
tools.
not. Here's a confession. I did not clean my fork after shoveling manure because it started to pour down, so it just went straight.
I think it gives it a bit of character, Tony.
Yeah,
I
there's
do.
still straw and everything there stuck to that fork.
It'll wash off.
It'll wash off.
Yeah.
I always remember the day, and I don't think my mum gave us it because my mum was kind of my mentor, or was my mentor. But I think it might have come from that allotment. When I got that allotment, that there was a spade in there, and it was like, when you just get used to a spade, and it was so nice and just like everything. It was just, and it snapped. I also remember that. And I sometimes think, did I neglect it? You know what I mean? Because it was just like, did I sometimes leave it out or forget that I left it out kind of thing, and think, did I? Because, old timers have had these for, they last forever.
And look
Well,
down
you should oil up the wood handles too.
Yeah. I mean,
it's
who
not
does
just
that
the
though?
metal.
Who does that? We should.
Tony, you haven't got. I thought a lot of yours was Wolfgarten now, Tony.
Well, yes, I've even done. There is a wolf god. It's actually here, handle wood, and that's all kind of outside. But yeah,
I will say though, those Wolfgartens, I love them. I absolutely love them. I got almost every one of them now. But I do find that they do seem to erode a little bit, and I have seen bits of rust on them and whatnot, and I do find the quality of the metal isn't as if you're listening to this, Wolfgarten, I still would like to be sponsored by you. But I just don't know. I found like even the little hand fork, I was trying to get out something that was stone in the way, and it did bend the metal a little bit, a bit too easy for my liking. So
because they're meant to be,
Dan, get in touch. Get in touch.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. This show flew over, and I was going to apologize as well because last week I edited all this video, I did everything, and then I was distracted and I was called away, and I forgot to actually put the timer on, and then I got a message off Dan saying there's nothing happening, and I panicked and I just pressed go and forgot to do it as the live premiere, or whatever you call it, preview, and so there was no live chat. It was down to me. That one there, you know what I mean? So I'm sure I heard the words, Tony, tea's ready. And that was it. I was gone.
I don't mind being the potty mouth secretary, Tony. I don't mind.
Well, don't forget, we're not here next week, but the week after we will be carry on regardless. Look after yourselves, everyone. Take good care.
Bye.
Bye.